So I'm watching this video, and as a Romanian, I just can't wrap my brain around it. It's getting viral on Twitter. A lot of people are starting to click on it, share it around. And it's about a guy from New York who goes to Florida and tries it in a small town. He keys a car that has "Let's Go Brandon" on it. And the thing that I don't get is, like, in my country, I don't think there's any political slogan that you can put on a vehicle that would get another person to do something like this. And the Democrats are all about, oh, we need to stop hate, have hate speech online, hate speech, no hate, no hate. And this is how they're behaving towards their fellow citizens. And the thing is, like, they don't even consider this to be hateful. And not only that, the politics in America, they are like circus, aren't they? Like they do not talk about the important issues. They do not talk about economic issues. They do not talk about, whether or not they should get involved with foreign wars. Like, the important issues do not get talked about on television. Instead, it's like this whole circus, this whole thing, which gets citizen to be at the throats of another citizen. Honestly, it's like a California prison. If you don't know about the prisons in California, there are a couple of YouTube channels that have people that have been there, and apparently the guards, they encourage prisoners to be at each other's throats. Like, they encourage racism, they encourage gang culture, they encourage all of that so that the prisoners are easier to control. And this is pretty much what is happening in the US. This is how I view it as a person that's from the outside looking in. Like, seriously, what does it take for a person to key another car? Like, do you understand the risk you're putting yourself into? And first of all, the legal risk, because you can go to prison, which is probably what this guy is going to end up doing. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But you don't know who car you're keying. Like, it can be a crazy individual. It can be like the muscular man. It can be Hulk Hogan. And he may be angry. Why would you do this? But anyway, this guy is apparently on camera. Like, he has been viewed keying the car, and then he pleads not guilty in court. I mean, I guess it takes a Democrat to literally deny objective reality. It's like, you get to see it. It's like, well, no, my truth is different. I don't know what's his angle, but very bizarre. He could have pleaded this down to a misdemeanor, but no. And another thing that he did is he talked with the cops. Like, you should never talk with the cops. There is absolutely no reason that I can possibly think of on why you should talk with the cops when you're getting arrested. The only thing you should ask the cop is, can I leave? And if the cop says no, then the next thing that comes out of your mouth is, I want to talk to my lawyer. There is absolutely no situation whatsoever where you shouldn't want to talk with the lawyer. But I guess, well, this guy is a little bit different. Why would you go to Florida, though, right? Like, you're going to a right-wing state, and you're enraged about the fact that the people there have different politics than you. This is another bizarre element, right? Like, he must like Florida if he goes vacationing there. Because there are a lot of countries that I don't like, and I wouldn't go there. Like, for instance, I would never go to North Korea. Right? So, if you decide to go to a country or to a state that you like, why would you be disgusted with the culture of that state? Like, you do realize that the culture makes the state. It's not the magic of the soil. It's not from the ground that the place you visit sprouts. No, it's the people that together they vote their representatives and they have their politics. And again, like, look how easy it is to trigger individuals. It's like, let's go, Brandon. Okay, so in America, where, they used to be proud of this. Like, they used to be proud of the fact that you can speak your mind. Like, in other places, you can't. In North Korea, you can't speak your mind. But in America, you can speak your mind. And insulting the leadership or the president was part of American culture and freedom. And this is what it takes now. This is like literally it. I mean, is there nothing that you don't like about the current president? Like, no criticism whatsoever? Is he perfect? Did God anointed him to rule over the American kingdom? I swear to God, Washington should have taken that fucking crown. When it was given to him, should have been King Washington. And now if we had the Washington dynasty in the United States, at least I would have understood this behavior. Because it's like, well, you insulted the king, so therefore. But he's the president! Yeah, it's an American tradition to insult the president. But now, apparently, no, you do that and we're going to key your car. Incredibly antisocial behavior, right? And the interesting thing is that from the perspective of the culture, this is not as bad as saying something racist on Twitter. Like, if you say something racist on Twitter, then the Democrats freak out. It's like, how dare you? Unless you're a Democrat and you say something racist to a Republican. Apparently that may be allowed. There's a gray area, some wiggle room. Man, it's, again, the sanity check is bizarre. And the thing is, like, you know there's other people that would do the same. Like, you know that there are other people that the moment they see a bumper sticker that they disagree with, they freak out. And they perform antisocial behavior that makes no sense. Like, what exactly are you accomplishing? This is my question. Right? You keyed someone's car. Great. Like, what have you accomplished? Have you changed their mind? Are they going to vote differently? No, like, what you want is to sweep it under the rug. You just don't want other people to see it. That is the Democrats' politics. No debate, no conversation, not trying to change people's mind. Just sweep it under the rug. It doesn't exist. Just pretend that it's not there, and maybe that will make a better society, I suppose. Like if anything, if you have a political opinion, right? Like you have the "Let's go Brandon" mantra, and you see your car being keyed, you don't even know why that happened. You may not even notice it that day. You may notice it the next day, and you're like, what the fuck? How did this happen? Why did it happen? Like, you generally don't know. And if you were to find out that, oh, well, this is a political opponent, well, then you're going to end up hating the opposition even more. You're going to consider them incredibly uncivilized, and you're going to have, because again, the person that does the keying is going to be viewed as the representative of the whole group. Like, take into account, if you're a person that walks out on the street and 100 people praise you, and they cheer at you, but like one person smacks you, smack like that, you're going to remember that guy. He is going to be the guy that is going to mark your day, and you're going to remember that day, and you're going to think about that guy, not the people that gave you praise. It's just human nature. But anyway, right, the point of the video is, like, people in other countries do not act this way. Like this is an unhinged behavior, and it's coming from a very toxic ideology that doesn't get called out. Like, this is not normal. Citizens do not behave like this towards other citizens in a polite society. Regardless, let me know what you guys think, and if you like my channel, there's a link into the pinned comment that can take you either to my Patreon or my Subscribe Star, and if for some bizarre reason you want to support me, I will give you in exchange the best buyer's remorse on the internet. So I'll see you guys later, and until then, take care.